Alright. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Lube Lubes, Audio Killers, Fowlin Basket, Camdog, the Droxid, and Carlos Raven. Also, hello, Pikachu, Donut Sensei, and Marcus Rap. Marcus Rap? Marcus Rap. That took me a bit. Thank you guys all for the good luck. And hello as well, Curtis. The stream notification reminded you you need to go to sleep and you're not allowed to watch. Oh, well. If you have to go to sleep... Oh, I realized I forgot to change the title on Twitch. Oops. We are unfortunately not doing Archipelago today. We did that the last time. That's true. It is 4 a.m. somewhere, roughly. It's not 4 a.m. here, though. So thanks for the good luck, Braxibus, Epsi, Linkont, and Pagey. And also thanks for the good luck as well, McLaren. Also, yes, there was a new, at least a new dev update for the Wind Waker GameCube randomizer that adds a bunch of cool stuff. Also, thanks for the good luck as well, Mert. And thank you very much, Mika Cat, for the 4 months of Tier 1. I do very much appreciate the continued support. Thank you very much. Also, hello, Nat. Thank you for the good luck as well. So the Skyward Sword randomizer matches are going to start, or games. It's one match. The Skyward Sword randomizer games for the finals match will start tomorrow. And there will be one each day. Potentially for up to 3 days. At the exact same time each day. Which is 4 hours before my normal stream start time. Also, thanks for the good luck, Cloverfield, Arrowlight, and Rhapsody. And thanks for the good luck as well, Chaitja, Miyamoto Psych, and Gareths. How long have I been streaming? I assume you're asking in, like, the how long have I been streaming years since. In which case, I started streaming in January of 2013, so over 13 years ago. It has been a long time. Alright, let's get started with actually doing the speedrun. So yeah, the match will start at 7 a.m. for me tomorrow. As a 20th anniversary event, I have to do a stream of... Nice. Thank you, Ilya. 3D Zelda Challenge 100%. I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. Even in 7 years. Because that would require that I learn Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom 100%. As well as Majora's Mask 100% as well. Thank you very much, the Game Whisperer, for the 3 months of Prime. Congrats on Yellow Badge, and thank you for the good luck as well. So thanks for the good luck, the Bens. Also, thank you very much, Kadrax, for the 8 months of Prime. And thanks for the good luck as well. Enjoy going back to the Larkin. And thanks for the good luck, Venilor. Good afternoon to you too. Miss the blue badge. The blue badge is good. Probably my favorite color badge, also. I wish Twitch would allow you to, like, select whatever badge you want to have of the ones that you've already gotten for, like, subscribing to someone, but they don't allow you to do that. Nice. So thank you, Spooky Bike. I guess we did do some gymnastics to learn displacement clipping. Oh, come on, really? The upper limit on failed gate clips before reset. It's not really a specific number of, like, attempts at gate clip, but it's, if I don't clip through the gate by 1 minute and 10 seconds, I'll usually reset. Also, thanks for the good luck, Arena Steiner. Thanks for the good luck, Catcherinahu. And for the good luck as well, Nublit. What's my favorite Zelda song? I don't know if I can identify, like, a favorite song from the entire series, because there's a lot of good music. So hello, Dragonstorm. What's up is we're gonna hopefully go fast today. Also, thanks for the good luck, Mika Cat and Shihanta Claus. Gerudo Valley is a pretty good one, yeah. No, displacement clipping can't go through the Hyrule Castle barrier because displacement clipping only works on perfectly vertical walls. So, the barrier that surrounds Hyrule Castle is, like, slanted. because it's like a diamond shape, right? There's also no like item that we could pick up in the North Castletown area that would give us an item pickup animation for clipping through, even if the barrier was perfectly vertical. You need to go more left. No. Alright, pretty good Bokoblins. So, hello, Linkmaster. How come I don't stream with my YouTube video voice? Because the, like, stream setup that I have, or, like, when I'm streaming, my microphone is much further away from my face. And also does not, like, the voice recording that I do doesn't go through any, like, audio processing on stream, aside from just, whatever the initial NVIDIA broadcast, microphone filters are. No. Oh, why is this guy so sensitive? Oh, come on. Sir, go, no, go. This is certainly one of the Howards of all time. I think he should have turned around. If barrier skip would become possible one day, how much time would it probably save? It would depend on what's necessary to do it. If we were able to just do barrier skip, like, as early as possible with no extra setup necessary, it would save, like, an hour and 20 minutes, I think? Maybe a little more than that. So thank you very much, Meanderous Shark, for the 7 months of Prime. There's not a specific time that I'm going for in this category. It's just, I go until I get a run that feels good enough. What time is that going to be? I do not know precisely. I did not want to side hop there. So thank you very much, Zopiad, for the 71 months of Prime. That's a lot of months of Prime. So thank you very much for the continued support. So thanks for the good luck, Saralyn Ross. Also, hello, Asher. If I were to add a 1 million channel points redeem option, what would I add? I would add the option of waste points parentheses big. Well, yeah, the door to Hyrule Castle always works. The door to Hyrule Castle even works if you have map glitch enabled. Because it's not a regular loading zone. It's the same way that, like, all other door loading zones work, where opening the door is what actually starts the sequence. A little too late. And I missed a roll. So thanks for the good luck, Nintendo and Monochromy. I have a favorite side character in any Zelda game. I guess Tingle is probably my favorite side character. Tingle is funny. No, I would not make the 1 million point redeem Skyward Sword normal mode any percent speedrun. Right. No, I did not want to do that. Hello, Epona? Positioning Epona there feels like parallel parking. I mean, we sort of are trying to get Epona parallel to the gate. Not actually exactly parallel to the gate, but slightly off parallel. So that there's space for Link to actually stand back there. Alright, very nice. How many likes for me to do a Minecraft all achievements speedrun? Let me see. I think we'll set that at 1 trillion likes for a Minecraft all achievements speedrun. Come on. Please actually go in the pen. Of course he didn't. Well, I guess we can't have nice things during goats. Yeah, sometimes it, unfortunately takes a couple runs to get past the Howards. Alright, very good. Does the game put you at Howard after rescuing Colin? If you mean after rescuing Talo, who's the kid in the cage with the monkey, that's just, like, what should normally happen after you save Talo and the monkey. Is that it becomes the next day and you go herd the goats. Because you're not supposed to get to, like, this part of the game until you go through the first day of Orden Woods, normally. Or, excuse me, Orden Village. Because the game assumes that you couldn't have possibly gotten here early, it's just like, well, let's go to the next part in the story. Which is where you herd 20 goats. Also, thanks for the good luck, Dragon Black. Do I know my run completion rate post-Howard? I do not specifically know. Sure, there's some way to extract that kind of data from the live split file. Oh, come on. No, you need to get back here. And then we need to break this last support. Okay. Any rough estimate? Not really, no. Like, I mean, I don't imagine it's, like, particularly high. It's obviously, like, much higher compared to, like, the beginning of the run, but I would not be able to give you any sort of specific number. What strat is this? This is the strat of killing the bokoblins when you don't have any items. Except the lantern, I guess, but the lantern can't be used to damage bokoblins. Or basically, we have to push the bokoblins all the way down to Trill's shop so that Trill can attack them while he's trying to attack us. Wow, this is not a great start for goats. This one goat is facing the wrong way. He's still facing the wrong way. That goat went the wrong way. Why do the goats do this to me? I know that there's a live split component that can show you, like, what the percent chance is that you reset, like, depending on where you are in the run, which is kind of like the inverse of completion rate in a way. Oh wait, what am I doing? I already did that. Like, yeah, I need to modify my settings a second time. So thanks for the good luck, Cowcat. Specifically with the Boko that guards the small key. I don't know if we've actually had any luck with that today. I think he's always hit us and made us lose, like, a half second or something. So thanks for the good luck, Jasmine Dew. Beating the star minigame blindfolded is not in this category now. I do it for you anyways. I don't think I'll be doing it for you anyways. I actually don't know how I would do Stargame blindfolded. Doesn't sound... it would be something I would be able to just ad-lib. what would I like out of an OOT remake? A game that is fun to play. If the rumored OOT remake is happening. Every time someone says Jimbo, you think of Jimmy Neutron's dad saying it. That was indeed a name that Jimmy Neutron's dad liked to use. You like my jacket? Oh, thank you. This is a very good jacket. So thanks for the good luck. Hey, it's John. Oh, come on. Ah, well, yeah, they're... Oh, nice. There was a rumor put out from someone who has at least generally been correct about some things in the past, that there's an Ocarina of Time remake that will be releasing in holiday of this year. Yes, surely the Howards cooperate this time. You want the Rock's Feather from Ship of Arcadian to be real in OOT? Well, unfortunately, I don't think we'd be getting anything like that in a theoretical Ocarina of Time remake, since the game is not fundamentally designed for being able to jump whenever you want. Wow, that goat actually... Oh, come on, really? That guy just needed to turn slightly quicker and I would have been fine with that, but he did not. Oh yeah, if another remake comes out, I'd imagine Master Quest will be included, considering that it was included in Ocarina of Time 3D, and presumably would not take, like, a whole lot of extra effort to, like, add in, since it's, like, at least the dungeons should be the same base map, just with actors in different positions, or a different set of actors. I think Ship of Harkonnen will be issued a DMCA. That would be interesting if that happened. Nice. Do I think they will add native rando support? No. Also, thanks for the best of luck, Joshy. Nintendo contacted me to help them add an OOT, or to add a randomizer to OOT remake. Would I help? I mean, I guess, but I don't think that is going to happen. I imagine Nintendo would just, if they wanted to do something like that, would just use the people they already have hired to, you know, make games to do stuff like that. So thanks for the good luck, Pounce. Oh, come on, really? Unfortunate. Now this guy's at a weird angle. Not the best, but we'll continue with it. Thanks for the best of luck farting Spaniard. Also, yeah, usually cut content from one Zelda game just gets reused in a different later Zelda game. Because if you cut content from a game, like, it makes sense to keep those ideas around for use in the future. Oh my god, we actually got all the goats in. And then wasted some time because they all crowded around the entrance. Why are we doing another OOT remake and not a Zelda 1 remake? Probably because a lot of people's favorite Zelda game is Ocarina of Time. And Ocarina of Time is probably more iconic to most people than Zelda 1 is. So thanks for the good luck, J-Town. Also, thanks for the good luck, Unpeopled Gaming. Ah, yeah, long jump attacking works on HD. Thanks for the good luck, Kaiser. You can do it the exact same way that you can do it on the GameCube version. Yeah, I mean, if the OOT remake rumor is real, I will definitely be playing it. It's a 3D Zelda game. That's like my entire brand. Also, thanks for the good luck, Joash. Or what I could do is, if the rumor is real, and the day the game comes out, I could be like, hey look guys, we're playing the OOT remake, and I'm just playing OOT 3D the whole time. Talking about the great new Nintendo console, the Nintendo 3DS. So thank you very much for the good luck, Fastest. Favorite Zelda to run at the moment? I mean, historically, my favorite Zelda to run has been Wind Waker HD, but I haven't actually run Wind Waker HD in a while. Although, if you mean in this specific moment, my favorite game to run is Twilight Princess HD, because it's the only game that I'm running in this specific moment. It's generally, I am not speedrunning 2 games in the exact same moment. But yeah, the last time I did Wind Waker HD speedruns was, I think, 2019, if I remember correctly. And item sliding was discovered in 2016. I did not discover item sliding, no. Item sliding was discovered by Gertana1. Alright, pretty good fare in Twilight. Where are my biggest time saves? I think my biggest one is still probably Spinner, because my Spinner segment in PB wasn't that great. I can still save, like, really? 40 seconds or something. I can also just save a lot of time in general on City in the Sky and Palace of Twilight. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Well, if I had gotten the monkey to not notice that second keys, I would have saved a couple extra seconds. I was playing at 4 in the morning a couple days ago. It wasn't actually a race, though. It was a archipelago multi-world with some cool people. Oh yes, it was definitely a race when I hit go mode, considering that when I hit go mode I was the only person who could finish. At which point I only found one other person's go mode item. Is it possible to obtain items playing in the back-in-time state on GameCube? Not really, because the back-in-time state doesn't last for very long. Like, the only place you can have, like, the title screen up is on Elden Field, in a state where you can't get any items, because there are no items to get. And, like, if you void out at all, then, like, the title screen goes away. Also, thanks for the good luck, Douglas. You keep getting up at midday and you don't like it. Sometimes your body needs to sleep. I have a general preference between the versions of Twilight Princess. I mean, casually I like Twilight Princess HD better, but for speedrunning I would not say that I have a preference, at least between, like, HD and GameCube, since they each have their pros and cons. Also, thanks for the best of luck, Keiru. You would like some sleep. Work says no. Yeah. Unfortunately, there are a lot of factors at play that make getting good sleep not work very well sometimes. How friendly is RNG today? The goats, at least in this run, were nice, but in all the previous attempts that got to goats were not very nice. I did get kind of good RNG during the monkey escorts, but kind of screwed it up by not killing a Keese properly. And then we did get good spider RNG in the first room of Forest Temple, so I guess so far in this run, the RNG itself has actually been pretty good. Seriously? How... Yes, I know why that happened. I'm confused how I managed to make the control stick do that. Like, I thought I let up on the control stick fairly gently, but evidently not. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Okay. One, two. Okay, only 2. Okay, well, I guess we will save a little bit of time. Your stream is super behind. Well, you can always try refreshing if you want. So it's only possible to one-cycle Ook if you have the Master Sword, which we do not have. So I would like to equip the Boomerang. Since we have the Orden Sword, which does half as much damage, it takes 2 cycles. Alright. Pretty good segment. Except for not rolling to the boss key chest, I suppose, but that's pretty minor. This is not going to be a mess, no. So thanks for the good luck, Chitose Chamu. Yes, the cutscene does take a long time. It's about 1 minute and 10 seconds from defeating Diababa to entering the portal. Howard. More Howard. This time in 2 weeks, you'll be in Japan, hopefully. Ah, yes. I remember you mentioning that, Shrip Lucas. I hope that it goes well. Well, hello, Moogle Knight. The Twitch chat. Really? There you go. True, Eldin is the other way. And I'm not going to Eldin. But thanks for the good luck, Simply Snaps. Thanks for the good luck as well, Nap. That blow as well, Unpun. Oh, that I actually might have been able to do from down there. True, we are indeed breaking a sequence to save like 30 seconds. Yeah, Linear Gate Clip, at least in this run, just skips running through Lanayru Field at the start of Lanayru Twilight. We trade that running sequence for, instead, the running sequence from South Farron Woods to the Lake Hylia Bridge, which is like 30 seconds faster, including the extra warp that we do. Yeah, I mean, we're not, like, skipping all of Elden Twilight or something like that. Since, unfortunately, the only way to start Lanayru Twilight is to finish Elden Twilight first, so that you can warp the meteor up to Zora's domain to break the ice. No. It was Nyan Cat's 15th anniversary yesterday. Well, happy birthday to Nyan Cat. Am I a gymnast IRL? I have not done gymnastics since I was 14. Would have been like 13 years ago. But I made the username for my Minecraft account when I was 12, so it made sense to me at the time. I don't know, any percent doesn't go into Goron mines at all. I'm not sure... Actually, I think you could still warp the cannon, even if Elden Twilight hasn't been completed. I guess HD would have issues with the fact that we wouldn't be able to get Zora armor, I don't think, unless Elden Twilight was completed. Well, I mean, I actually don't know if the Brutella sequence would override the Twilight's, or like the Twilight map state. But at least that would be the issue. And I think of... Oh, actually, at least for HD, no. We'd still have to complete Elden Twilight, because otherwise there wouldn't be any way to get the Iron Boots. Also, how did that not light the torch? But GameCube and Wii, since they can get Iron Boots via the Back in Time file save, I think would be fine to skip the Twilights. Oh yeah, the only way Lanayru Twilight is ever getting skipped would be in... if there was a way to do early Hyrule Castle, and you could do it during Lanayru Twilight. Ow, why would the bug do this? Well, Elden Twilight, not off to a great start here. Well, so, yeah, Iron Boots are necessary, because you need to be able to stand underwater to defeat Morpheal, and you also just need Iron Boots for Argarok currently. And yes, you do also need them to make the post-Ganondorf fight cutscene funny. I forgot there was a cutscene to skip there. I mean, yeah, Zant does require... I mean, Zant doesn't actually require a whole lot. Like, the boss fight itself doesn't require a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Because it requires Boomerang. I don't think the second phase technically requires anything. Third phase obviously requires Iron Boots and Claw Shots. Fourth phase doesn't require anything specific except Sword, I guess. Blazetta phase obviously requires Ball and Chain, and then the last phase, I don't think requires anything specific. Also, why is this guy all the way over there? Am I gonna make this? Oh. Yeah, I mean, despite having a pretty decent bomb house skip, I actually didn't do particularly well on this section overall. Really? Well, now we're gonna be behind on Lanayru Vessel. So thank you very much, Minato, for the 57 months of Tier 1. There's a lot of months of Tier 1, so thank you very much for the continued support. And for the good luck of almost 5 years. How do we grab such high ledges with Wolflink's lock-on plus A attack? I mean, the jump attack goes like some distance up, and as long as the ledge we're jumping up is lower than that, you can jump attack up to it. So thanks for the good luck, PSP. Any thoughts on the potential Ocarina of Time remake? I mean, if it is true, then I'll probably be generally excited for it. And hope that it is fun to play. Still have Navi inform us that we can press A to open doors. I mean, I saw someone make this point, like, recently somewhere on the internet. Like, in Ocarina of Time, it's entirely possible that Link has never actually seen a door before, because Kokiri Forest doesn't have any doors. Which would make in-universe sense as to why Navi explains that how a door works. Oh, that was too late. Well... Also, thank you very much, Mandato, for the 81 months of Prime. Really? I guess you have to move forward first. Thank you very much for the continued support. I do still enjoy the content. Was that sword slash necessary? I don't know, Link just kind of does that if I target here. Why does he do it? Excellent question. Anyway, that's what's supposed to happen. I think it might be if you, like if you have your sword out and then get on Epona and stay targeting, he might just automatically do that as a way of, like, keeping the sword out or something. What I think is the most interesting non-boss enemy in this game. I guess if we're also excluding mini-bosses... I guess like a Freezerd or a Chilphos, probably. I guess the Aralphos gets... They eventually become non-mini-boss enemies. If we are including mini-boss enemies, I feel like the most interesting one is probably Death Sword. To me, at least. Also, thanks for the good luck, apes. Glad you've been enjoying playing games with your partner. True, between 2006 and 2016, that gate did do some extra studying. Unfortunately, it was not prepared for Link's greatest weapon, Horse. I will see you later, Pikachu. Thanks for the good luck. Enjoy, presumably, watching your roommate play Twilight Princess. You can't decide if you want to do runs tonight or just practice instead. I mean, either is a valid choice. Also, a lot of the Epona out-of-bounds shenanigans that you can do in the original game usually require doing map glitch of some kind, so that you can easily ride Epona out of bounds. I guess the seed and clip ones don't actually require map glitch, but... Also, what is this guy's facing angle? Epona seam clip used to be done. As a way of getting bombs before going off to fight King Bulblin 2. When Goron Mines was getting skipped for the first time. But thankfully, King Bulblin 2 skip got found, and we didn't have to do that anymore. Oh, hello. Can we go left, maybe? Okay. Pretty sure King Bulblin 2 skip just got found by Mr. Men when he was just messing around looking for a way to try to skip it. Being able to clip past those boulders into forest would be beneficial. It would be beneficial for, like, GameCube to be able to do. It wouldn't be too beneficial for HD. Because we wouldn't really be able to do anything in Forest Temple. Since we don't have a weapon of any kind right now. It would definitely be useful in, like, 100%, because we have to get, like, the slingshot and the wooden sword anyway. Because, like, in theory, what you could do, if you could get into Forest Temple early, is you could, like, get Gale Boomerang and also get Uku, or just get Uku, and, like, not worry about Gale Boomerang. And then, at least in HD, you could then use Uku to immediately teleport back into Forest Temple after completing Fair and Twilight. And then, like, you could skip doing the monkey escort that way, but... I don't know how you'd get past the first room of Forest Temple without some kind of weapon, because you'd either have to climb past... Well, you have to, like, I guess you could, in theory, use the Bokoblin to break the monkey cage. But then you'd have to climb past both spiders on the wall without them getting to you, because you wouldn't have a way of killing the spiders, since you wouldn't be able to use, since you wouldn't be able to kill the Deku Baba to get the Deku Nut to throw at them. Defeating Diababa does not mark Fair and Twilight as complete, no. Ah, I see Pikachu. That's actually pretty neat. That probably didn't work. Just gonna guess it didn't. Do I keep up with any other speedrun communities outside of Zelda games? Not, like, intentionally, no, but usually if, like, something big enough happens, I'll see it, like, on Twitter or Blue Sky. Like, I know that there was recently some, like, new discovery in Pokemon Fire Red. Thanks to, like, the games being, like, Fire Red and Leaf Green being released on Switch. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I heard about the SMV1 Ace. At least not that I can recall, but I may have only briefly seen something about it, and then just forgotten about it. Oh yeah, I mean, I assumed that if it, like the speedrun is obviously only like 5 minutes long, so... Yeah, if it takes too long to set up, then it wouldn't be worth it. Ow, darn it. Really? That's silly. I have never really considered speedrunning a Pokemon game, so... I've also never played Pokemon XD Gales of Darkness either. Well, I suppose I could now, since it's on Switch 2, GameCube, and SO. A Legend of Zelda game. I did actually speedrun a Legend of Zelda game at one point. This is true. How come there's no Sword and Shield skip? There's no Sword and Shield skip because if we do Sword and Shield skip, which is possible to do, we would then get stuck after Farron Twilight because we wouldn't have a weapon, so we wouldn't be able to progress through the game past a certain point with no weapon. The only way you can do Sword and Shield skip and still continue with the speedrun, or just with playing the game in general, is either if we found some way to do early Master Sword, or we found some way to, like, keep the wooden sword after getting it without it being lost. Which is technically possible, but it's not worth it to do, because it also requires early Forest Temple. Yeesh, that was a pretty bad segment. Because I accidentally, got too close to the Orden NPCs. And also failed the Midnight text skip once. Well, Back in Time does give you the Hylian Shield and the Orden Sword, but we also don't have Back in Time in HD, so we can't use that to get items. Like, in the original game, or on GameCube and Wii, if you did Back in Time, you could then do Sword and Shield skip, even without early Master Sword afterwards, because you'd still have a sword and a shield. Back in Time existed in HD, how long would the run be compared to now? It'd probably be at least, like, 10 minutes shorter. Because we'd saved, like, 4 minutes just by, virtue of being able to get the iron boots without traveling all the way back to Orden. We'd obviously save time at the beginning by not having to do Boko pushing. We would also be able to do early monkeys. I think we also wouldn't need to complete Forest Temple, because we could just do Bite to Kakariko in that case. And we'd also save a couple minutes in Forest Temple, because we'd be able to do early monkeys. Yeah, so far this run is not great, unfortunately. My worst split compared to gold in my PB? I think it's just spinner. 45 seconds of a difference. Yeah. Thanks for the good luck, Kiyosoma. No, just having the ability to soft reset wouldn't really allow us to do back in time. Who blew rupees? What the heck? Because if you were to somehow trigger back in time regardless, where's the keys? There it is. But I know, Monkey. I'm ahead of you. The game essentially doesn't allow you to control Link at all. If he... Nice. Is, like, on the title screen. Yeah, I wasn't gonna get around that. might be far forward enough to not get an extra cycle. Oh, no, it's not. Unfortunate. Thanks for the good luck, Big Ben. Thank you very much, Dimension, for the 27 months of Prime. Thank you very much for the continued support of over 2 years. Glad the content is still enjoyable. I don't think I've ever been transported to the Golden Wolf Pocket Dimension in real life, no. Do I have a favorite cutscene? In Twilight Princess, I think probably the cutscene after you defeat Armagoma for the first time. And it's like, surprise, the fight's not actually over. Thanks for the good luck, Baz. Been any recent changes to HD any percent? I mean, I guess the most recent change is the addition of Pogate skip. Two. Alright, only two. One, two, three. Thought he was gonna hop for longer, but let's take that. Doing the bridge clips without a sword took you so long in an archipelago run. Oh yeah. How would you cross the first gap without sword? I guess if you have Shadow Crystal, you can maybe jump as Wolflink. Because I know that between the first two bridges, they put up an invisible wall while the bridges are turning. Because I guess they realized you could just jump between them. Normally. Also, yeah, the Pogate skip method we use is the, like, out-of-bounds seam one. Was discovered last year. Ah, I see, Vanilla. Interesting. I imagine a damage boost with a bomb could also work in theory, but... The run under 3 hours theoretically possible. With a task, probably, but RTA probably not with current strategies. There would have to be something new discovered. It would probably have to be something that saves, like, at least 6 or 7 minutes for sub 3 to even be remotely possible. Yeah, I did say the numbers. And you can save quite a lot of time with Super Swing to skip Zora armor, that's true. So thanks for the good luck, Snail. Really? Well, that was fortunate.
Howard.
Double Howard. There was a way to do displacement clips. How much time would it save in TPHD? Any percent? I mean, it would probably say that on Gate skip alone, at least like 3 minutes or so. Since we wouldn't have to get shield bash anymore. So thanks for the good luck, RXB. I guess in theory it would also probably save time, like getting to Deku Toad. Assuming we could like, actually get a consistent setup for doing the roll stab clip displacement method, because since HD doesn't have notches, I don't know if there'd be a consistent way we could do that. Are TP gates even real? For the most part, yeah, but in very specific circumstances, they are not. Displacement clipping is not float perfect, no. It's possible that there could potentially be a, like, float perfect position that a displacement clip works at. Like, if a wall is angled a certain way, but most displacement clips have a leniency of, or like a floating point leniency of 0.005, roughly, so. It's not float perfect, but it is, like, pretty precise still. So the reason that the fast inverse square root method is used is because the game is trying to calculate what the normal vector of a piece of wall collision is, and the estimation that comes out of the fast inverse square root method is not exact. And so it ends up getting propagated up the calculations to not be exactly where it's supposed to. Essentially. I didn't test non-cardinal displacement clip potential in HD, but I don't see why that would work. Because if the wall, at least thinking about it, if a wall is angled, then from my understanding, the wall has somewhere between if the range of a cardinal wall's displacement clip is 0.05, then a wall that's not on a cardinal direction will have somewhere between 0 up to 0.05 leniency, potentially, for a displacement clip range, is what my understanding of it is. And if that's the case, I don't see how that would allow for them in HD. Potentially, if the range on GameCube is just going to be smaller, potentially all the way down to 0. If the cardinal range is already 0, because displacement clips don't work in HD. But I guess if there's an example of the range and on some wall being higher than it normally is in a cardinal direction, then I could see that potentially working for HD. Howard. Also, good afternoon, AF Wagers. No, displacement clipping, as far as I understand, it does not work in Wind Waker or Skyward Sword. You like my hoodie? Oh, thank you. This is a good hoodie. That's not something that should happen. Really? That card rock came down real quickly. Oh, I guess I slipped off first. I completely forgot that I just did that. So that actually kind of makes sense. Also, thanks for the good luck, Moon Princess. Or like cargo rock. Well, ideally, car does not go into rock. Usually that means there's no more car. Let's not accidentally pause too late this time when doing the Midna dive. There we go. So thanks for the good luck, Toasty. Yes, you can miss that trick if you blink. It's true. The camera also isn't actually focusing on Link while he's falling down, so... in some sense, we never actually see that part of the trick. No, my rupee. Ideally, I would have gotten both of those rupees, but no well. Coming from the NASA stream with your badge and emote, you feel like some person who just came back from Disney World with Mickey ears and some giant stupid merch shirt. I mean, I don't know. NASA badge seems pretty cool. In my opinion, cooler than Mickey ears. And also costs much less. Also, thanks for the good luck, Smoke Shrek. But I say you should avoid blinking while running this category. I don't know if I would say that. I think not blinking for 4 hours, or not 4 hours, not blinking for a little over 3 hours is probably not good for you. Those were some really bad facing angles for those shadow beasts. Well, yeah, at high enough health, or not high enough health, at low enough health for the Beast Ganon fight, you're required to use Midna to knock over Beast Ganon to do damage. The first few cycles you can shoot him as Human Link, but afterwards you have to use Midna. I guess technically, if you do the proper amount of damage with, like, Mortal Draw plus, like, Great Fairies Tears or Rare Chew Jelly, you can technically skip doing that, but that's only relevant for, like, 100% speedruns. Or for Rando, if you happen to have those when doing Rando. I run other categories for this game. Yeah, I mean, I've run all of the main board categories, so all dungeons 100% glitchless, and also any percent. I hold the records for any percent in all dungeons. Not for 100% or glitchless, though. In those, I am second place. Which Triforce part would suit me best? I mean, I guess I would hope Wisdom, but... The Triforce of Nerd. I mean, that's basically what the Triforce of Wisdom is. A Triforce of Friendship, yeah. Really? Yes, generally Zelda holds the Triforce of Wisdom. Also, thanks for the good luck, Harune. I am sorry that you are sick and are in a grave. This does not sound ideal. Actually, kind of surprised we saved a second there. Tomorrow's race is going to be 4 hours before my normal stream start time. So at 10 a.m. US Eastern. Be in 17 hours from right now. I think it would be cool if they put Midna in Smash 6 whenever that comes out, and make her final Smash her true form. I mean, yeah, I'd be down for that, although I don't play very much Smash Bros, so I don't have really much opinion on which fighters get added. I mean, the VOD of the Archipelago is, like, it's under the past live streams on my YouTube channel. I guess I haven't decided if I'm actually gonna save it as, like, a proper video or not. Very nice. But I kept up with the PC port of TP. I know that one is being made. I haven't kept up, like, particularly much with it. And I think there are multiple efforts being made at a PC port by, like, separate people. That is the case. I have not, like, kept up with any individual one now. I mean, I imagine it'll probably take a while to iron out all the bugs in a potential PC port. So I'm not surprised if it's, like, if nothing's publicly released yet. Oh, that's right, my PD lost time there. I was like, why did I save 6 seconds here? Oh, come on. Alright, Bo. Wow, nice. Thank you, Bo. Well, back in time, if it was possible to do, and you could save the title screen file in HD, would allow you to get Iron Boots early, but you just can't do back in time in HD. which is why we can't get iron boots early. Also, yay, Bo actually gave us good RNG. So thanks for the good looks one. Ah, we're ahead again. So thanks for the good luck, Makuya. Thanks for the good luck as well, Phantom Herc. Good opponent slide. Do I work outside of speedrunning Zelda games? I do not make any income aside from doing streaming and speedrunning, no. That's because this is my work. At least, you know, for now. Did I fire my boss? Well, I don't currently have a boss. So I don't think I can fire my boss in that sense. Usually if I'm not speedrunning, I'm either like playing other games with friends or just by myself. Nope. Or working on randomizer development. Or other various tools that might be useful for speedrunning / rando development. Because that's kind of just what I like doing. It's a shame there are so few active speedrunners for this game. I mean, I feel like it's not too surprising. Like, usually, if people want to speedrun Twilight Princess, they want to jump at speedrunning the GameCube version because it's fastest and also has, like, the most resources available for learning. Most people also just don't have a Wii U and have never actually played Twilight Princess HD. I think I'd enjoy working as a software engineer. I mean, probably. Because, like, I do also just enjoy programming in general. But it's even more fun to use it for stuff that I care about. The biggest time save in this PB is the spinner segment, which I lost 45 seconds to my best on in PB. So, hello, Bacon. Thank you for the best of luck. Oh, Morpheel's going up. Have I got any GDQ runs planned for the future? I mean, I submitted stuff for the upcoming SGDQ in July, but the games list for SGDQ is not going to be released until May 1st, so that is when I will know if any of my submissions got in or not. So thanks for the good luck, Cat Cantaloupe. Also, yeah, Swan. In theory, it would be faster to do the look-through clips with, like, a gyro aim, but at least when I initially tried doing that, I was, like, having issues with doing it consistently, of, like, making sure that I didn't accidentally push Link away from the wall too fast. So I kind of just resorted to using the stick aiming for that, because I know that I can do it, like, consistently with the sticks. Also, yes, Bacon, I did see the new build for the Wind Waker randomizer. It looks pretty cool. I'm excited that we finally got freestanding items. Or at least freestanding rupees added to the item locations. As well as Blue Chew randomizer. I don't know when my next All Sanity is. I mean, technically, my previous All Sanity was a couple days ago, but that was on the Archipelago build, which didn't have any of that stuff. At least I think for all Zelda randomizers, you can play them on either console or emulator. Emulator's usually a little bit faster to set up, because console usually involves, like, transferring the files to the console, which, depending on the game, can sometimes take a bit. But usually if I have the choice to, I will always play on console instead of on emulator. It's a little bit difficult to do that for Archipelago, though, since The only game that has like a console implementation for Archipelago is Skyward Sword for Zelda. At least for the 3D Zelda games at the moment, as far as I'm aware. Wow, interesting. Also, thanks for the good luck, Melodic Dragon. It did, huh? Okay. Yes, Wolflink really didn't want to step on that rope. What are the things on each piece of the Triforce on my hoodie? Those are the letters Z, S, and R, since this is a Zelda Speedruns hoodie. Yeah, so the way that, like, a randomizer technically works depends on the specific randomizer. Like, at least for Zelda games, like, changing the item that's inside a treasure chest is usually some kind of, or, like, what specifies that, like, a red rupee is in a treasure chest is usually some kind of, just like data in a stage file somewhere, and it's not part of like the game code itself. So changing what item is in a treasure chest usually involves like changing the data in the specific stage file that has the treasure chest you want to change the item for, and like understanding which value specifically corresponds to the item ID of whatever is inside the treasure chest. But at least that's one way you can do it. You could also do it, like, more of an in-code approach, which is like what the Ocarina of Time randomizer does, where you essentially can make a unique key for, like, every place that you can get an item in the game based off of, like, what kind of actor gives you the item, and like what stage ID you get the item on, and what the item ID is, and stuff like that. And then you can be like, okay, since like we made this unique key based off of all of that data, and we also then put an extra item table into the game's code that maps all of these keys to the randomized item that should be at this location. and then you make a hook that essentially changes what the item ID Link gets when he picks up the item, right? But, like, Wind Waker and Skyward Sword use the approach of just, like, modifying the data file associated with each stage directly. Which in some sense is simpler because it means you don't have to write extra code if you just want to, like, place a different item in a chest. You just change, you know, a byte in a stage file. But also then means you have to, like, figure out how to decrypt the stage file. Or usually not decrypt, but decompress the stage file, because usually all of the game files are compressed in some way and then just uncompressed at runtime to be read in. Asked about speedrun you tried and got top 86 approximately. Oh, well, nice. Although I will say that I do not specifically remember you just based off of that information alone. Since I've been asked about speedrunning by a lot of people. And I lost time because we accidentally jumped down when climbing the tower. I think I am warm enough that I will take off the sweater now. For some reason it was like really cold this morning when I started streaming. Did I have a good Easter? Ah, yeah, I would say I had a good Easter, all things considered. Did I really consider all things when I said that? I guess technically not, no, but I would say that my feeling that it was a good Easter was still accurate. Alright, Nap, enjoy skating. Thanks for the good luck. I'm gonna need it right about now, to hopefully not lose time to the Wolfos. I should have done one dash, evidently. Come on. You can run, I know you can. Alright, very nice. I will happily take that. Yeah, early Snow Peak kind of sucks. But seems to have worked out this time. Nice. I love when the camera doesn't turn. I also don't know what my rupee count is. I'm 54. So thanks for the good luck, Brandino. Okay. Very nice. And we will just get the orange rupee. After getting ball and chain. We need the rupees to fix the City in the Sky cannon. Going. Come on. There we go. Well, 5th try on that's not great, but... Got kind of worried there. Lose time to something else. I feel like I shouldn't be losing this much time here, but... Oh, what? How the Gale Boomerang missed the rupee the first time. But there was no cutscene for the Dark Hammer because the game sets a specific value that's called the boss flag when you do the Skull Kid chase, or the Master Sword. And the boss flag gets reused for a bunch of stuff related to, like, having watched cutscenes of bosses and mini-bosses throughout the run. So it gets, like, activated by starting the Skull Kid chase, but then doesn't actually go away. In the normal sequence of the game, it goes away when you fight King Goblin 3 before Arbiter's Grounds, but because we went to Snow Peak first, with the flag still active, the game was like, oh, you already watched this cutscene. And so it just starts the fight immediately, instead of having to have us go watch the cutscene. A very convenient 12-second time saver. That just so happens to happen. Nice. Skidding as Wolf Link like that. If you reach the Ganondorf fight without learning Finishing Blow, then you can't defeat Ganondorf. Because the game explicitly checks for having the hidden skill to be able to do that attack. What? That's dumb. Don't know if we're saving time here anymore. Thanks for the good luck no world records. A shield attack is to perform Pogate skip in Arbiter's Grounds. Because we need the shield attack to cross out of bounds quicksand that we otherwise would not be able to cross. Ugh. Why did the camera not turn with me? Why does the camera insist on doing this? See, that time the camera turned with me. Man. Well, this stinks. Well, now we get to see if we can save time. Okay, well, good doubles. Well, that's unfortunate. That is just about the worst RNG possible on that. where the bubbles would try to go. Well, unfortunate that it took a minute and a half for us to actually get the bubbles into a good position on the second part there. Unfortunately, dumb trick is dumb. Who would have guessed? Oh no, early Snow Peak is what I call stupid trick, personally. Nice. Yeah, displacement clipping, unfortunately, it does not work in HD, so we cannot use it to skip the poke there. Too stupid to be in the run tricks. I mean, the biggest too stupid to be at least used RTA trick would be super swimming. Nice. I don't think I'd be able to perform in, like, any capacity, really. Super swimming in this game works just like Wind Waker, where you just turn around on every frame you're in water, and you can gain a lot of backwards speed. It's not RTA viable in this game because, well, at the very least, it's not possible to pause buffer a single frame in TPHD. The minimum you can pause buffer is 2 frames. And also, I'm not actually sure if, like, speed decay in water works the same as in Wind Waker, to be honest. So I don't know how, like, speed loss would work out if you get your speed up really high. I mean, that is true, no world records, but I don't think anybody's able to do unbuffered super swimming in Wind Waker HD, which is where you would need to use... Or which is where, like, if it was possible to do unbuffered swimming, and then maybe it would be possible in TPHD, but I've also never been able to do unbuffered swimming on GameCube to begin with, but... Or so. Like, I don't think I would be able to do it in HD either. No, HD and SD run at the same frame rate. It's due to the fact that I believe the dead zones on the like Wii U gamepad are a lot bigger than the dead zone on the GameCube, so it's harder to do the technique where, like, you offset the controller's dead zone to be able to do consistent, like, unbuffered manual super swimming if you flick back and forth fast enough to never hit the dead zone. Because if you push the dead zone more out of the way, then you're not able to get a turnaround by going up and down. Is the issue, I believe. I believe the little bugs do make you fall faster. At least I want to say that they do. Nice vest. Alright, well. I think that is probably where we will stop for today. Since this run, even if this run finished, it would not be a run that I would be happy with. Since we lost a minute and a half waiting for Bubbles to cooperate. Man, Pogate skip really does suck, huh? Or at least today it did. But yeah, we'll try again more maybe on Wednesday. So tomorrow's Tuesday, but tomorrow I do have a Skyward Sword randomizer finals race at 7 a.m. my time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern US time. So that'll be happening tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I'll also have another Skyward Sword randomizer match at 7 a.m. And I think what'll likely happen is I'll do that match, and then if I still feel up for doing a regular stream at my regular stream time, then I'll also go live at my regular stream time on Wednesday. So, yeah, that's the plan. We have at least 2 days of Skyward Sword randomizer races, potentially a third if we go 1-1, because it's a best of 3. So that's the plan for the next 2 to 3 days. So I will see you guys all later. Goodbye. Have a good rest of your Mondays and Tuesdays.